So I thought I'd take you on a little tour of downtown Manteo, Roanoke Island, in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Many of you would know that Roanoke Island was the site of Sir Walter Raleigh's quote-unquote lost colony. And there's a festival park over on a small piece of the island just across from the town docks. And I thought it'd be useful or interesting to take a walk around the docks and the old town and just give you a feel for this historic little village that sits right along the Intercoastal Waterway and is a regular stop-off for cruisers heading south in the fall and coming back up north in the late spring. Town docks of Manteo are quite nice. There's a few liveaboards, and some of them are a little bit older. But all in all, it's a very well maintained, a very well located, protected little harbor here in the Outer Banks. And of course, shelter in the Outer Banks, particularly in the fall during the hurricane season. Good shelter is a rare commodity. So this little town harbor, which sits in a sort of estuary between Roanoke Island, Manteo town proper, and the little Festival Park Island, which is just over there, and where you can see the replica of the Elizabeth II, which was the ship that brought the colonists to the original colony there, the lost colony of Sir Walter Raleigh on Roanoke Island. Yeah, the town docks are well placed. And all along the docks you'll see is the docks just come right up next to the old town of Manteo. And there's just shops and restaurants and art galleries, all sorts of interesting bed and breakfasts, all sorts of interesting venues to visit if you pull in here to Manteo. And there's a close-up of the Elizabeth II. They give great tours. There's reenactors that will take you around the sailing vessel and explain how they sailed back in the 17th century, 16th century in fact. Here's Poor Richard's sandwich shop, one of the most popular eateries here on Roanoke Island. The nice deck comes right up to the town docks boardwalk, and every time we come over here, the kids, we usually eat lunch right there at Poor Richard's. Great sandwich selection, deli style. They also have a bar, entertainment in the evenings, especially during the summer. Very popular with locals and the tourists. The docks are a little bit empty now because it's very early in the spring. There's a number of vessels that are used to support the tourist industry during the summer. Dolphin watching cruises. There's a boat called the Down East Rover, which is a steel-hulled, gaff-rigged schooner that takes people out on pirate cruises. It's still on the hard over in Wanchese. Just another view of the town docks and the boardwalk running along the old town of Manteo, looking south. This Gulf Star 41 here is available for charter, crude charter. They take groups out for 3-hour or day sails on the sounds, on the Albemarle or Pamlico Sounds. Beautiful old boat. They've taken very good care of her. Here we are on Queen Elizabeth Street, which is really the main commercial avenue in Old Town Manteo. As you can see, it runs the length of the town docks. And again, many beds and breakfasts, restaurants, sandwich shops, many art galleries. Wonderful art vibe going on here in Manteo. Art galleries, photography studios, handicrafts. This is the old courthouse, which is now the home of the Dare County Art Co-op. Unfortunately, Old Town Manteo suffers from pretty regular flooding risk during the hurricane season, and it's not uncommon every couple of years to have 3 or 4 feet of water in here with the soundside flooding after a hurricane. But it seems like every year they dry out, clean themselves off, and they're up and running quickly. southwest of the town docks is Marsh's Light. Marsh's Light Marina in development. A number of waterside condos and quite a large marina that's not very well populated. As you can see, still early in the season, but I've been here in the summer and there's always a lot of slips available. I think one of the challenges here is that it's not very well protected from the prevailing winds here in the Outer Banks, and it may be a little bit shallow, although there's maybe a little bit shallow, but there are quite a number of sailboats here, so it must have at least 6 to 7 feet of mean low water. Looking back there, you can see the lighthouse, which is at the town docks in Manteo. So it's actually about a 3 or 4 minute walk along that boardwalk between the two. Pleasant. Let's take a look around Marsh's Light. There's the Marina office.